30 minutes of abs and core with a lot of Pilates thrown in. Hey, what's up? I'm Preston. Thank you so much for joining me today on this cloudy day. Let's get right into a warm-up with some cat and cow movements. Let's start from all fours. Exhale, round the back, push the mat away, shift your weight back towards your heels for the cat. Inhale, drop the stomach, look up for the cow. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll do one more of each. One more cat. Shift the weight back. One more cow. Drop the stomach, look up. Drop your pelvis, look up for a high cobra. Exhale, squeeze your butt, shoulders down and back. And we'll get right into our first plank of the day, a plank for 2 minutes. So every time on this channel we do a plank, we add on 1 second. Today we reached a new milestone for this year, 2-minute plank. We started at 1 minute. So that means we've done 60 planks or so throughout our time here. I'm doing a straight arm plank. I have my pelvis tucked under, my abs engaged, my shoulders slightly retracted, looking down at the mat. I have my feet about hip distance apart. You could have your feet together, hip distance apart, whatever works for you there. You could also lower yourself down to a forearm plank. Same rules apply though. We have our abs engaged, squeezing our butt, shoulder blades slightly retracted. Less than a minute to go here. You could do whatever type of plank you want to do, just as long as you have that straight line from your butt to your shoulders, as long as you have your abs engaged, tucked up to your spine, you're squeezing your butt. Only 30 more seconds left before we get into some abs and core exercises. We'll end the routine with another plank. You could transition if you want between the planks. Whatever plank you want to do, go for it. 10 more seconds left before we start. I say before we start. We've already started. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, transition time. We take a 10-second transition in between exercises. Let's get right into some flutter kicks, shall we? Lie on down, lower back glued to the mat. Start our legs up at 90 degrees, hands down by our side. Lower your legs about 45 degrees and just small little flutters. Head can be up or down, whatever feels more comfortable for you. If you have your head up, you're looking at your belly button. Small little flutter kicks up and down. You can also, to add a little bit more challenge, lower and raise your legs as you do the flutter kicks. So as I'm fluttering my feet, I'm raising my legs up and down. Small little range of motion for the flutter kicks. You could also just hold them in one position, them being your legs, or you can raise them up and down as you progress. Nice work. Pull your knees into your chest if you want. Take a quick 10-second rest. Alternating toe taps. So the way we will do this today is we'll do like a downward dog version here. So start in a downward dog. Reach your right hand for your left foot, back to plank. Left hand for the right foot, back to plank. So I'm trying to use my abs to create that downward dog motion. And then I also use my core muscles to stabilize myself as I reach for that opposite toe. I really want you to try and lift your hips up, squeeze your abs to your spine, and then reach and actually touch your toe if possible. Every day we exercise, we do something different. Come back and join. Always free, never any pesky requests from me to buy something. Side leg lift with knee to elbow. So we'll come up on one side, doesn't matter which side, we'll do the other side. Lift your hips to a side plank, arms straight out. You're going to drive your knee to your elbow. You have an option to not lower your leg. Your top leg stays up the entire time, or you can lower it as you do these knee to elbow crunches. All right, let's switch over to the other side. So I'll just flip on over. Side plank, other side. Feet can stay stacked on top of each other. Arm reaching out above you, and then you drive that knee to your elbow, elbow to the knee, while you hold that side plank. My balance is definitely not as good on the left side, but that's okay. That's why we do this, to get better, to get stronger, etc., etc. Let me grab some water. All right, Criss Cross. We lie on down. Lower back glued to the mat. Hands gently supporting the head. Elbows nice and wide. Drive the right knee in as you twist your left armpit to your right, and then right armpit to your left. So we're crissing and crossing. The goal here is to keep everything that's on the mat nice and stable. You keep the lift in your upper back as you transition side to side, so there's no dropping down. That leg is energized, that's extended, and you try and reach the elbow to the opposite knee. Lower back stays glued to the mat. Nice work. Transition time, take that quick 10-second rest, and we'll get into the next movement, which is body saw. So we can flip on over. Come to that straight arm or forearm plank. I'm going to do forearm plank. Why don't you join me? First, get that strong plank in, and then saw your body front to back. So I have my abs engaged, squeezing my butt, slightly retracting my shoulder blades. Before I even start the movement, I make sure I try and get the best plank in that I can. You do the same. You want to keep your hips in line with your shoulders, so you don't want your hips up here and doing this. My abs really aren't doing much here, but when I straighten myself out, engage my abs, and then rock, I get a full body workout here. All right, transition. What can be next? Let's find out. All right, bird dog. So we stay kind of on all fours here. Let me move the mic over here. Extend the right leg back, square off the hips, extend the left leg forward. You're in the bird dog position. Make sure your hips are nice and level. And then drive opposite knee to opposite elbow, place it down. Opposite side, square off the hips, reach nice and long. Drive the knee to elbow. Go at your own pace. Focus on engaging your abs once again to keep your body as straight as possible, and then big knee drive to elbow. Be sure to hold the bird dog position for a couple of seconds. Think about, or if you have a mirror, take a look at yourself. What do you look like? Do you look as straight as you can get it from foot arm. I always look at myself on these videos after, I'm like, man. All right, let's do a lying star crunch. Lie on down, make your body into an X or something that looks like a star, and then you're going to crunch up, tuck everything in, knees to elbows, and then back down. Star position, crunch up, move this a little bit closer, back down. So you want to control the up, you want to balance on the crunch, and then you want to slowly come back down. Maybe you try keeping all of the limbs off of the mat the entire time. So you crunch up, tuck in, and then back down. Star crunch exercise. We do each exercise, I think, for 1 minute and 3 seconds. If you were wondering. Alright, sit up with twist. Lie on down. We're going to sit up, twist, opposite knee, opposite elbow. Heels are lightly on the mat, the knees are slightly bent. Sit up, big twist, looking over the back shoulder as you sit up. You want to really focus on feeling each vertebrae. Leave the mat, and then as you roll down, come back to the mat. And to do that, you need to go a little bit slower than you think. Use less momentum, or maybe no momentum. Fight gravity on the way down to feel each one of those vertebrae touch the mat. I'm not the best at sitting up. That's why I'm out here practicing, getting better. All right, my straw is not working in my drink today. Oh, because there is no straw. All right, let's do a beast hold. Yeah, there's definitely no straw. All right, so we come to all fours. Lift our knees a couple of inches off the mat, and we just hold that. So this is the beast position. Some say this is the beast position. So you can shift your weight back towards your heels as well. Either way, I like this first position better because it forces you to engage your abs, tuck your pelvis under, retract your shoulder blades, because you want to create a straight line. Man, that's a loud honking there. Sorry about that. You want to create a straight line from your shoulders to your butt. I wonder if you even heard that. Sounds like a semi-truck just laying on the horn there. So we're holding this for another 10 seconds. I'm starting to shake. That's how much effort I'm putting in to this static movement. All right, 10-second transition. Grab some water here. All right, lying straight leg raise. Put this water over here. Lie down. That's the lying part, lower back in the mat. Hands down by your side, legs up to the sky. Legs are glued together, and we're going to lower and lift the legs to 45 degrees, then back up to the sky, 90 degrees. Keep your legs as straight as you can, either head up or head down. But either way, you have your arms down by your side, bracing your body. Lower back stays glued to the mat. So if you feel your lower back arching off the mat, try to maybe not lower your legs as much. It's okay, you'll get there, but you want to keep your lower back on the mat to prevent any injury, to protect your lower back, etc., etc. Great job so far. I feel like we're about halfway through the routine. I have no idea though All right, windshield wiper. So we could just sit up. Sit up. We have our legs out to one side of the mat. Hands can be behind the hips. We do a big windshield wiper up and over, trying to keep the legs as even as possible. So the same length, the legs are the same length. That means the hips are in line with each other. To make this a little more challenging, you can bring your hands to prayer position and do the same windshield wiper movement up and over. Try and keep minimum wiggling of the hips. Nose is itching. Very cloudy today. That's okay. Still a great day to be outside based on the temperature alone. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. We'll see. Small chance of rain. About 4 p.m. today. All right. Grab some water. All right, V-snaps. This is a new one to me, so bear with me. You start kind of in a hollow body hold, like so. Legs out to 45, arms reaching behind your head. Then you snap up into a V shape, and you try and hold for a second. This is kind of like a gymnastics move. They could do it much faster. They can raise their legs up much higher. You try your best to make yourself look like a V. The V happens at your hips. You balance on your sacrum or your coccyx. Whatever you can balance on, really. And you're supposed to snap up and hold it. Man, that's a hard one. I am burnt out from that one, man. We'll keep that one in the rotation to get better at it, but whew, that's okay. All right, Russian twist with a tuck. We could do this one. Sit up. We'll do 4 Russian twists back and forth. So trying to lean back, get that elbow to the mat. 2, 3, 4. Tuck your knees in, back out. Lean back a little bit further. 3, 4. Tuck in, extend out. Again, you're trying to get a big, big, big twist, a huge twist out of the torso. You're trying to lean back as far as you can. Challenge here to keep your legs off the mat as you do the Russian twists, and then back in. So either feet off the mat or heels touching the mat, knees bent. I'm going to have to divert or go to the heels on the mat because that last V-snap exercise burnt out the old abs. All right, jackknife, kind of the same thing as a V-snap, but not as snappy. So we start again, this time lying down, so not that hollow body hold, and we kind of do the same V shape, but a little bit slower, a little bit not as intense. We have that second or two to rest on the mat. With the V-snaps, we stayed in that hollow body hold. Someone will probably say, for the jackknife, you should stay off the ground the entire time. You can definitely do that. You can do V-snaps again if you want as well. The goal here is to work your core for 30 minutes. However you want to do that, go for it. I'm doing these lower intensity jackknifes. All right. Very good. Good job. Great effort so far. You can do it. I think we're almost to the end here. All right, flip on over. Slow mountain climbers. plank position. Drive the knees in slowly. The slower the better. The more mind, muscle focus you can get, the better. So I'm focusing on using my lower abs to drive my knees into the chest, to drive my knees in to my wrists. You could also drive opposite knee to opposite wrist or forearm or elbow. My legs are floating, or one leg is floating in a straight line as I do the slow climber. 10 more seconds on these. You want to do them slow because you want to focus on the knee drive in and out. Transition time. What's next? Let's find out. Oblique heel taps up next. Lie on down. Feet far away from your butt and hip distance apart. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Palms face the sky as you crunch side to side, reaching for those heels. If you can actually reach your heel, try and move your feet out further so you increase the bend at your torso. Let's flip the palms over for the last half, palms facing down this time. And we're still reaching for those heels, looking at your belly button or your upper thighs, inner thighs, head above the heart, really trying to reach for those heels. And if you succeed, extend your feet further. All right, nice work on the oblique heel taps. Butterfly crunches. So we can stay in this position, bring the soles of our feet together, widen our knees, hands gently come behind the head, small little crunches, elbows nice and wide. So I'm focused on my shoulder blades just touching the mat, and then when I crunch, my shoulder blades come completely off the mat. Just a few inches though, nothing crazy. My feet, the soles of my feet are together. I'm looking at my belly button. My elbows stay nice and wide. I exhale as I crunch up. Two and one. Nice work. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to start raining while I'm out here. We'll see. Who knows? All right, Superman, Superwoman, Super, your gender of choice. Lie on down. Legs are glued together. Push your pelvis down. Scoop your abs up. Extend your arms, hover them above the mat. Extend your legs, hover them above the mat. And then let's add a lat pull down, and then extend the arms back, reaching for your feet. Same idea, legs are glued together. Then bend the arms, extend them up. Reach forward. Lat pull down the back. Extend the arms back. Hold it. Push the pelvis down, scoop the abs up. Reverse that, arms out. Looking down, bend the elbows, reach back towards the back. And that's enough of that. What's next? Let's find out a roll up. So we could flip over. Bring my mic with me. Extend your legs out long. Glue them together. Arms up to the sky. Palms facing each other. Use as little momentum as you can as you press down, roll up, reach forward, give yourself a nice stretch. Shoulders down and back, sit up nice and tall, round your spine as you roll back, arms lower, and then when your head touches the mat, the arms go back up to the sky. Really squeeze your legs together, roll up, go at your own pace, use minimum momentum, arms lower as you lower, and then when your head touches the mat, arms reach up, squeeze them together. I still have to use quite a bit of momentum on the roll up, not as much momentum on the roll down or dropping on the roll down, but I still do. Hopefully you can do it without using no momentum. All right, neck pull, same idea, but make your legs as wide as your mat this time. We're going to sit up, reach forward, sit up, hands behind your head. Next rep, we'll do the neck pull. Keep a nice flat back this time and lean back with a flat back until you feel like you're going to fall over. Then round your back down. So you could keep your hands behind the head if you want. Sit up, give yourself a neck pull, look down, nice gentle pull, sit up, elbows wide, nice flat back. As you hinge back, keeping that flat back until you can't anymore, then you're back down, sitting up, neck pull, legs wide as the mat, and then rolling down or flat back hinge at first, and then when you can't anymore, you roll on down. Nice work. Nice work so far. All right, last exercise is a plank for 2 minutes, 1 second. Right into it. Start with a straight arm plank, forearm plank, whatever type of plank. You could even do a side plank if you want. Whatever plank you're doing, you engage the abs. You tuck the pelvis under, slightly retract the shoulder blades, look down, and squeeze everything. Don't forget to breathe. You could transition between a straight arm plank and a forearm plank, whatever you want to do. This is our very last exercise of the day, our plank. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just wanted to say that. I hope your core feels a little bit stronger. You feel a little bit more confident in the way you move your body, your control, your flexibility. If you practice every day, you will get better, I promise, even if it's a small, tiny fraction of a percent every day. That adds up to a lot over time. Soon, you'll be doing planks for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, setting the world record, which I think is like 8 hours. Can you imagine that? 8-hour plank? I watched some of it, or the highlights. I mean, there's not much to see. There's just a guy holding a plank for 8 hours, but it was pretty crazy. I have no idea how he did it, but I could promise you he practiced every day. All right, great job. Cool down. We'll end the way we started with some cat and cow. Round the back, push the mat away, shift the weight back towards the heels for the cat. Come back to all fours, drop the stomach, look up for the cow. We'll do one more of each. We'll end with a few high cobra repetitions. So walk your palms forward, drop your pelvis down, exhale, squeeze your butt, look up, and then back to all fours. We'll do that once more. And that is it. That was 30 minutes. 30 minutes of abs, core, Pilates. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I hope to see you again soon. We are live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where we do a different style of exercise. Please subscribe and have a great rest of your day. All right, bye.